what to expect when you get your first motorcycle. Let's dive right into it. So guys, I just want to give you guys a little bit of background. I've gotten 2 bikes in the last 6 weeks, and I'm brand new to being on the road. We're talking Harleys here. Now, it could be Sportsters, Dynas, it could be Road Kings, Road Glides, it doesn't matter. But that is, I say as long as you're on two wheels, that's all that matters. But regardless, a little background, I came from motorcycles, motocross, did that for many years. I rode dirt, thrashed dirt, and got hurt in dirt. I loved it. I did everything. I loved everything about it. Regardless, I knew as a small child that I was going to end up getting a actual road bike. And I knew it was going to be a Harley. I didn't know what bike, but I knew it was going to be a Harley. So regardless, I do want to explain that I did get a friend that sold me his 2014 StreetBob, which, if you guys don't know, those are the Dynas. He's got it club styled, and it is, I mean, you got 14-inch T-bars, so you got the whole shebang with it. You know, it is literally as, I mean, it's as Dyna out as you can get. It's got the Thunder header, it's got all of it. Anyways, regardless, I'm not going to get into specifics of what is on my bike. I will do a video talking and walking through every little thing that I have on my bike, but we're gonna save that for another episode. So real quick, I do want to say that a lot of people say that you need to have a Sportster for your first bike, or blah blah blah. I'm gonna say this. I kind of counter this because my first bike was a Dyna. The second bike, yes, the second bike that I bought, yes, was a Sportster. It is a Sportster. It's a 2020 Iron 883, and I bought it from my fiance, but I still ride it. I still enjoy it. But anyways, what I do want to say is that everyone states that a Sportster needs to be your first bike. I'm going to call a little bit of bullshit on that. I understand why. I get it. Totally understand if you have never ridden a motorcycle in your life. I mean, dirt bikes, it doesn't matter. If you've never been on 2 wheels, you don't know how to shift, you don't know the clutch, you don't know that, you know, you've got to shift down to get into first gear, and then 5 or 4 up to go into, you know, second, third, fourth, fifth, and or sixth. So if you're coming from a dynamic of, like, I've never ridden a motorcycle, never ridden a dirt bike, I've never been on a bike other than a bicycle, then you may want a Sportster. But I'm going to say, from my perspective, that I came from the dirt bike scene, obviously, and I was very familiar with bikes in itself. Now, I am 5'7", 145 pounds. A 670-pound club-style Dyna may not be the best choice for me starting, but I did know something that I have picked up on YouTube, and I'm grateful for all the YouTubers out there. I see the Moto vlogs out there. Big shout out to all you guys. Thank you for helping me when I was learning. So and I'm still learning. Don't get that wrong. I'm learning every single day. But I do want to point out that, you know, with time and experience in other fields of motorcycles can help determine what kind of bike you're going to get into. I didn't choose the Sportster as my first bike because I knew I was going to grow out of it. I knew that it wasn't going to be enough for me once I got comfortable. So I'm not going to just spend 10 grand or 11, 12, 13 grand, whatever, for a new or even a used Iron 883 or 1200 Sportster, whatever. I wasn't going to do that and then outgrow it and then be like, damn, I wish I had something a little bit more beefy, a little something more performance oriented or whatever. I knew that I could grow into this bike rather than me outgrow it. So that's why I've got and I'm going to put some pictures here, the 2014 StreetBob. It's club styled out, and it's a 1690cc 103 cubic inch V-twin. It is beautiful. I love it. I love everything about it. What I am going to explain to you guys is, now we're going to get into the feeling of motorcycles, because there's a reason why there is so much love for people that love motorcycles or love Harleys or love Suzuki or love whatever brand. I don't care what it is. For me, it's Harley. You're going to get obsessed with it. And I'm going to explain to you my story on why that is happening. And for me, and how it happened. For me, what ended up happening is I was unsure of the bike. I mean, you got to remember, it's 1690cc, and you're on two wheels on a 670-pound bike. Yeah, you know, power to weight ratio, we all know about that. But the thing is I was unsure riding the bike on the street with all the dangers that come with riding. And I'm going to get into that here in a second. But I was unsure of riding. I was unsure of, you know, where I was going, how I was going, where to look, how to turn, how to camera steer, because I didn't know about that. Now, luckily, I did know about that, but I didn't know how to experience it yet. So I didn't know, like, I heard about it from YouTube videos, because you don't do that in the dirt. You know, you really don't. You know, you take corners and you lean and you turn into them. It's kind of weird when you go onto streets. So regardless, there was a lot of things that I'm glad that I looked up on YouTube and was able to learn a lot about driving and riding and whatever you got to do, whatever you want to say. Regardless, I was unsure of this piece of machinery, and until it was my second day riding, and I remember I didn't even have my permit yet. I didn't even have my permit. This is before an M1, this is before a permit, this is before anything. So I was just riding around the track, and then I finally took it out on the street, and I was a little unsure, and then all of a sudden it just clicked. I don't know what happened. It just went from I'm unsure of this to all of a sudden I'm totally in love with this right now. And how could I live without it? And it was a really weird change. It hit me, like, I swear it was like a snap, that it went from I'm not sure to all of a sudden, holy crap, I don't know how I'm going to live without this. This is the most freeing, most enjoyable, most joyous thing I've ever done in my entire life. I'm a car enthusiast. If you guys follow me, you guys know that I'm a big car enthusiast. When it comes to a bike, Yammi Noob actually says it best. If you guys haven't followed their channel, please check the description below. You guys can check out their videos. And they have a video talking about what to expect as a beginner when you first get your first bike or something like that. Regardless, they do say something that is very true. They say you are going to live, think, dream, daydream, shit, everything motorcycles. You're going to be obsessed. You're going to be in love with it if that is for you. Now, motorcycles may not be for you. If you guys do not already know, over at, you know, let's just say at a Harley Davidson dealership, let's just say, there's a reason why they're, you know, it's 2020 now, and there's a reason why there's a 2020 Street Glide or a 2020 Sportster, 2020 whatever you want to call them, whatever bikes, they're 2020s, and they've only got 100 miles on them, and they're up for sale. Why is that? It's because people go out and buy a bike, and they're unsure if it's for them. I knew it was for me. It was no problem making that distinction for me. But for other people, they go out and buy these bikes brand new, and then they realize it's not for them. So then they sell it back, or they try to sell it on the market, or they sell it, you know, a consignment or whatever. So that's just to clear a little air. That's why that happens, because people are unsure. So do not buy a brand new bike if you are unsure that this is going to be for you. And it's not meant for everyone, and it's not meant to be for everyone. So remember that. So getting into how it happened, it was just, I was just riding, and all of a sudden it just clicked. It just, boom. I swear it was just a split second, and all of a sudden I just couldn't believe that I was so free. I was in love. I was like, how could I live without this? Now, a lot of you guys out there thinking, oh, this guy's only had a bike for 6 weeks. You know, what happens in a year from now when he lays his bike down or he crashes or whatever? No, I'm going to break the news to you guys. I've already dumped my bike twice, okay? Yes, I know it is a bummer. It's not something that you should be proud of. But the reason why I am explaining this and exposing myself is because I didn't know everything. I still don't know everything, and you're not going to. But there were certain things that I didn't know what to do in certain situations. That's just the way it goes. So the reason why I bring this up is because a lot of people are going to say, well, in a year from now, when you drop that bike or you get in a crash, you may be rethinking what you're saying right now, or you'll be more unsure. You'll be hesitant or more hesitant to ride. No, this is not the case. I came from dirt bikes. I'm used to hurting myself on bikes, and I've done it on the street as well. So aside from that, we know that motorcycles are for me. That is for me. Not necessarily for you, but hey, it could be, and I hope it is, because it's an amazing feeling. But going into now riding, let's say you got your permit, and that means you cannot ride on the freeways and you cannot ride at night. Fair enough. You can ride, the streets, you can ride, all that kind of good jazz, which is good stuff. But the thing is about it is you're going to learn that traffic is not just the hazard. Not just people. There's everything, any moving object, any pothole, any change of road. Let's say it goes from concrete to gravel or whatever. Like, it can turn, there's many parts of the country that are like that. I live here in Orange County, California, which is close to LA. People that don't know me, I usually just say, yeah, I'm from LA. But everyone knows where LA is. I'm south of LA, so Orange County, there's not much change in roads, but there are a lot of potholes. I don't care where you're from. I guarantee you've got potholes in your city. So regardless, or whatever road you're on. So you've got potholes. You've got change of ground. You've got oil slick. Just putting your feet down when you go to a stop sign or a stoplight, that you could slip. You want to be cool and put one foot down on the ground? Cool. Be yourself. Be you. I get it. That's your choice, your freedom. But the thing is I put both my feet down because I know that if I slip on an oil, little puddle or something like that, and I'll drop the bike, and that's probably the most embarrassing thing that can happen, and that has not happened to me yet. I'm not saying it won't, but it just hasn't happened to me yet. But I know people have done that. And I've seen it. I've seen plenty of YouTube videos to know that is possible. So going into further about road hazards, there's everything. Pedestrians are road hazards. They are obstacles, believe it or not. Anything to do with moving objects. It could be garbage. It could be cars. And you've got to learn how cars react. They actually have body language. If you look at a car going from one lane to the next and you can see their position, let's say they're in second position. If you guys don't know, I don't know how I am on the camera right now, but there's first position, second position, third position in a lane for motorcycles. If a car's in the center, he's probably going to stay in that lane. But if he starts getting into what is known as third position, if he starts getting into third position, and let's say he's all the way on the very left lane, and he gets into third position, that's a sign that he's going to come over into that next lane. You can tell body language essentially on a car. You got to read. You got to be smarter than everything else. You have to be vigilant. You have to be looking at everything. And you have to be looking way further ahead. The good rule of thumb is to look 12 seconds ahead, because that will give you time to react in a good time. If you slam on that front brake, you're going to go over the handlebars. If you slam on the rear brake, you're going to end up fishtailing. There is so much to it, and there's so many different things that I have learned in the very short 6 weeks of me owning a bike that I want to explain to all of you guys. And I'm so excited. And if you guys enjoyed this video so far, I really do want you guys to hit that like button, that thumbs up, and also please hit that subscribe button, because I'm very excited to do these videos. I can't wait to get home and start doing actual moto vlogs. The whole reason why this even happened is because I'm out here at sea at work, and I just can't stop thinking about motorcycles. Guys, seriously, from the bottom of my heart, I thank you guys for watching and tuning in and chilling with your boy. Appreciate it. We'll see you guys on the next one. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.